Love is one of the most powerful and transformative experiences that we can have as human beings. But, as we all know, it's not always easy. In the 21st century, we are faced with more dating options than ever before, but also with more distractions and competing priorities. As a result, it can be easy to make mistakes in love, whether you're just starting out in a new relationship or you've been together for years. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the 8 most common mistakes that people make in love in the 21st century. We'll be discussing everything from moving too fast in a relationship, to not communicating effectively, to being too possessive, and more. But, more importantly, we'll be providing practical tips and advice for how to avoid these mistakes, so that you can increase your chances of finding and maintaining a happy and healthy relationship. We'll also be discussing how these mistakes might manifest differently in different types of relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, or a family relationship. And we'll be providing actionable steps that you can take right away to improve your relationships and avoid common mistakes. Moving too fast. One of the most common mistakes that people make in love is moving too fast. Whether you're starting a new relationship or trying to take things to the next level in an existing relationship, it's important to take things slow and not rush into things. Moving too fast can lead to disappointment, heartbreak, and even regrets. When you move too fast, you may not take the time to really get to know the other person and understand their values, interests, and goals. This can lead to mismatches in the relationship and can cause problems down the road. Additionally, moving too fast can make the other person feel pressured and uncomfortable, and may cause them to pull away from the relationship. So how can you avoid moving too fast in a relationship? One of the most important things is to take things slow and not rush into things. Get to know the other person and take the time to build a strong foundation for the relationship. Communicate openly and honestly with your partner about your feelings and intentions, and make sure that you are on the same page. Another important thing to keep in mind is to set boundaries and make sure that both you and your partner are comfortable with the pace of the relationship. It's important to respect each other's needs and feelings, and not to push too hard too soon. Finally, it's important to remember that love is a journey, not a destination. Take the time to enjoy the process of getting to know the other person and building a strong relationship, rather than rushing towards a specific goal or outcome. By avoiding the mistake of moving too fast, you can increase your chances of finding and maintaining a happy and healthy relationship. Not communicating effectively. Another common mistake that people make in love is not communicating effectively. Communication is one of the most important aspects of any relationship, and it's essential for building trust, understanding, and intimacy. When you don't communicate effectively, it can cause problems in the relationship and can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and even breakups. One of the biggest reasons for lack of effective communication in relationships is not being able to express your feelings and needs. People often hold back from sharing their true thoughts and feelings with their partner, whether it's out of fear of rejection or because they don't want to rock the boat. This can lead to a buildup of resentment and can cause problems in the relationship. Another common reason for lack of effective communication is not being able to listen actively and empathetically. Many people are so focused on getting their own point across that they don't take the time to truly listen to and understand their partner. This can lead to misunderstandings and can make the other person feel unimportant and unvalued. So how can you avoid the mistake of not communicating effectively in a relationship? One of the most important things is to be open and honest with your partner about your feelings and needs. Share your thoughts and feelings with them, and be willing to listen to and understand their perspective as well. Another important thing to keep in mind is to be an active and empathetic listener. Take the time to truly listen to your partner and understand their feelings and needs. And make sure to validate their feelings and acknowledge what they are saying. It's also important to establish a regular pattern of communication with your partner. Whether it's setting aside specific time for a weekly check-in or having daily conversations, it's important to make communication a regular part of your relationship. Being too possessive. Being too possessive is another common mistake that people make in love. Possessiveness can manifest in different ways, such as being overly jealous, controlling, or demanding of your partner's time and attention. While it's natural to want to protect and care for the person you love, being too possessive can actually harm the relationship. One of the biggest reasons for possessiveness in relationships is a lack of trust. When you don't trust your partner, you may feel the need to control and monitor their actions, which can lead to possessiveness. Additionally, possessiveness can also stem from feelings of insecurity or low self-esteem. When you don't feel good about yourself, you may feel the need to control your partner to boost your own self-worth. Being too possessive can also lead to feelings of suffocation and resentment in the other person. They may feel like they can't be themselves or have their own space, which can lead to distance and even breakups. So how can you avoid the mistake of being too possessive in a relationship? One of the most important things is to trust your partner. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and it's important to trust that your partner is loyal and committed to you. Another important thing to keep in mind is to give your partner space and independence. It's important to respect each other's boundaries and to allow your partner to have their own interests, hobbies, and friends. Additionally, it's important to work on your own self-esteem and feelings of insecurity. By building up your self-worth, you'll be less likely to feel the need to control your partner and will be able to trust them more. Being dishonest. Being dishonest is another common mistake that people make in love. Honesty is one of the most important foundations of any healthy relationship, and when you're dishonest with your partner, it can cause trust issues and ultimately lead to the end of the relationship. Dishonesty can manifest in different ways, such as lying about your feelings, hiding something from your partner, or being unfaithful. Lying about your feelings can cause confusion and mistrust in the relationship, while hiding something from your partner can lead to feelings of betrayal and hurt. Infidelity can be devastating to a relationship and can cause deep emotional scars. One of the biggest reasons for dishonesty in relationships is fear. People may be afraid of rejection, judgment, or losing the relationship, so they may feel the need to hide their true selves or deceive their partner. Additionally, dishonesty can also stem from a lack of self-awareness or a lack of understanding about what is truly important in a relationship. Being dishonest can also lead to feelings of guilt and shame, which can further damage the relationship. And when the truth eventually comes out, it can cause irreparable harm to the trust and intimacy in the relationship. So how can you avoid the mistake of being dishonest in a relationship? One of the most important things is to be honest and open with your partner. Share your thoughts, feelings, and actions with them, and be willing to hear their perspective as well. Another important thing to keep in mind is to be self-aware and understand what is truly important in the relationship. Prioritizing honesty and integrity in your relationship can help you make the right choices and avoid dishonesty. It's also important to work on building trust in the relationship. Trust is built over time, through consistency and reliability in both words and actions. Comparing your partner to others. Comparing your partner to others is another common mistake that people make in love. When you compare your partner to others, whether it's an ex, a friend, or even a celebrity, it can create feelings of insecurity and inadequacy in both you and your partner. Comparing your partner to others can stem from a lack of appreciation for what you have, or from unrealistic expectations. When you compare your partner to others, you may focus on their flaws and shortcomings, instead of seeing the good in them. This can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and can cause problems in the relationship. Additionally, comparing your partner to others can also lead to feelings of resentment and can create a negative dynamic in the relationship. When you compare your partner to others, it can make them feel like they can never measure up, which can lead to distance and even breakups. So how can you avoid the mistake of comparing your partner to others? One of the most important things is to appreciate and value your partner for who they are. Remember that every person is unique and should be appreciated for their own qualities and characteristics. Another important thing to keep in mind is to set realistic expectations for your partner. Remember that no one is perfect, and it's important to accept and love your partner for who they are. Additionally, it's important to focus on the positive aspects of your partner and the relationship, rather than fixating on the negative. Showing gratitude and appreciation for your partner can help you to focus on the good in them and in the relationship. Not being open to change. Not being open to change is another common mistake that people make in love. Relationships involve growth and change, and it's important to be open to that process in order to maintain a healthy and fulfilling relationship. When you're not open to change, you may resist new experiences or ways of thinking, and this can cause problems in the relationship. When you're not open to change, you may also hold on to old patterns of behavior or ways of interacting with your partner, which can lead to stagnation and dissatisfaction in the relationship. One of the biggest reasons for not being open to change in relationships is fear. People may be afraid of the unknown, or they may be afraid of losing what they have. Additionally, not being open to change can also stem from a lack of self-awareness or a lack of understanding about what is truly important in a relationship. Not being open to change can also lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and can cause problems in the relationship. When you're not open to change, you may miss out on new opportunities and experiences, and this can lead to a lack of growth and a lack of fulfillment in the relationship. So how can you avoid the mistake of not being open to change in a relationship? One of the most important things is to be open-minded and willing to try new things. Be open to new experiences and ways of thinking, and be willing to consider different perspectives. Another important thing to keep in mind is to be self-aware and understand what is truly important in the relationship. Prioritizing growth, openness, and flexibility in your relationship can help you to be more open to change. It's also important to communicate openly and honestly with your partner about your feelings and needs. When you're open to change, you're more likely to be able to work through challenges and grow together as a couple. Neglecting your own needs. Neglecting your own needs is another common mistake that people make in love. In any relationship, it's important to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your own needs, as well as those of your partner. When you neglect your own needs, it can lead to feelings of resentment and dissatisfaction in the relationship. One of the biggest reasons for neglecting your own needs in relationships is a lack of self-awareness or self-care. People may be so focused on the needs of their partner that they neglect their own needs, leading to feelings of resentment and dissatisfaction. Additionally, neglecting your own needs can also stem from a fear of rejection or abandonment, causing you to suppress your own needs for the sake of the relationship. Neglecting your own needs can also lead to feelings of resentment and can create a negative dynamic in the relationship. When you neglect your own needs, you may feel like you're not being heard or valued, which can lead to distance and even breakups. So how can you avoid the mistake of neglecting your own needs in a relationship? One of the most important things is to be aware of and take care of your own needs. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. Another important thing to keep in mind is to communicate openly and honestly with your partner about your needs. Share your thoughts and feelings with them, and make sure that they are aware of your needs. Additionally, it's important to set boundaries and make sure that your needs are being met in the relationship. Prioritizing your own needs and taking care of yourself can help you to be a more present and fulfilled partner. Holding on to past relationships. Holding on to past relationships is another common mistake that people make in love. When you hold on to past relationships, it can prevent you from fully committing to and investing in your current relationship. Holding on to past relationships can also create feelings of insecurity and jealousy in your current partner. One of the biggest reasons for holding on to past relationships is a lack of closure or unresolved feelings. People may have unfinished business with their ex or may still have feelings for them, which can make it difficult to fully move on and commit to their current relationship. Additionally, holding on to past relationships can also stem from a fear of being alone or a fear of not finding someone better. Holding on to past relationships can also lead to feelings of insecurity and can create a negative dynamic in the current relationship. When you hold on to past relationships, it can make your current partner feel like they are not good enough or that they are being compared to your ex. So how can you avoid the mistake of holding on to past relationships? One of the most important things is to work through any unresolved feelings or unfinished business with your ex. This can help you to fully move on and commit to your current relationship. Another important thing to keep in mind is to focus on the present and the future. Instead of dwelling on past relationships, focus on building a strong and healthy relationship with your current partner. Additionally, it's important to be open and honest with your current partner about your feelings and thoughts on past relationships. Communication can help to build trust and prevent misunderstandings.